Imagine the scene. You're on vacation, enjoying the night, and the next day, you wake up alone in a strange hotel room inside a bathtub full of ice. Your head is pounding, your vision is blurry. You try to get up, but you feel a searing pain and discover a fresh bandage on the small of your back. What happened? You are the perfect victim of the most terrifying urban legend of the modern age, organ theft. And the worst part is, for many people, this story isn't fiction. Hello everyone. If you've ever traveled, the story we're going to tell today will give you chills. It's not about ghosts or monsters. It's about organized human malice. This is the legend of the stolen kidney, a horror story that exploded in the late 90s and never faded away. It travels from country to country, changing only the location, but the terror is universal. It's the fear of being chosen, of being discarded, becoming a commodity. The scene is always the same: a victim, a crowded bar, and a drink offered by a friendly stranger. What happens next is fast, professional, and leaves permanent consequences. Our focus today is on a tourist. Let's call him Alex. Alex was on a business trip in a big city, far from home. He decides to relax at the hotel bar after a long day of meetings. The atmosphere was vibrant, full of laughter and soft music. Alex orders a drink and is soon approached by a sophisticated and friendly-looking person. The conversation flows. They talk about travel, sports, anything harmless. The person offers Alex a shot to celebrate the end of the week. I don't drink much, but okay, Alex thinks. It was just one more drink. Little did he know that glass contained something much more sinister than alcohol. It was a cocktail of powerful sedatives administered with surgical precision. The effect is almost instantaneous. A dizzy spell, the world spinning. Alex's last memory is the bar floor rapidly approaching, and the voice of the friend saying, "Thanks for the donation." The next moment is the coldest, most terrifying awakening of his life. Alex is lying down, but not in a bed. He is submerged from the waist down in icy water. It's a bathtub, and it's completely full of ice cubes. The temperature is excruciating, designed to keep the body in a state of shock. The room is unfamiliar, a cheap setup, windowless, just dirty walls. Alex is alone, and the silence is deafening, broken only by a dripping faucet. His head aches intensely, a clear sign of the drug that took him down. He forces himself to stand, staggering, looking for an answer. That's when he sees it, a scrap of paper scribbled on, taped to the mirror. The message is short, direct, and freezes the blood in his veins more than the ice. The phrase, "Call emergency. Your kidneys are in the fridge. You only have one," or in some versions called 911, or 190. "You have been robbed, panic set Z." He touches his back, where the pain is strongest. There, freshly sutured, is a deep cut. An improvised, but clean, bandage. An operation done by someone with medical knowledge. The ice wasn't meant to cool him, but to slow the bleeding and the pain, to preserve internal organs and ensure Alex didn't wake up during the procedure. He calls emergency services, his voice failing, trying to explain the inexplicable. The police and paramedics arrive. The scene is confirmed. Alex is rushed away, his body shaking, terror in his mind. The diagnosis is clear: kidney removal surgery, performed by professionals. The organ trafficking mafia had struck again. But how did this legend become so powerful? The reason is the combination of real fear and hyper-realistic details. The method described in the legend is terrifyingly efficient. First, victim selection. Tourists, lonely travelers, people far from home. Someone who won't be noticed as missing for days. Second, the drug, potent enough to take someone down, but safe for the donor. Third, the location, low-end hotels or rented rooms, easy to use and abandoned. Fourth, the surgery. Removing a kidney is possible in a non-hospital environment, provided the team has sterilized instruments and skills. A kidney is an extremely high-value product on the illegal market. The donor is kept alive. Of course, alive, but mutilated. And the ice bath is the final touch of psychological terror. The police try to track the friend in the gang, but the trail is cold. Organ trafficking gangs are experts at disappearing without a trace. The client who received the kidney is in an elite hospital with a successful transplant. He paid a fortune for the organ, without questioning its dark origin. Alex, on the other hand, is now a permanent victim, forced to live with only one kidney. His life changed. Care, medication, the phantom of pain. But the worst is the trauma, the violation, the feeling of having been a piece of meat. And this story, just like Alex's scar, began to spread. It became an email, was told at parties, and turned into a constant warning. The subliminal message is clear. Do not trust strangers in unfamiliar places. The big question is, does this really happen? Experts and authorities deny the legend of hotel kidney theft the way it is told. The complexity of a transplant requires a full surgical center, and many people, it's difficult to keep the organ viable and perform the surgery without state-of-the-art equipment. The ice bath, while visually terrifying, is not the best means of preservation, and the risk of infection in a hotel room is high, jeopardizing the product. In almost all investigations, the legend has proven to be exactly what it is. A story, but it feeds on very real fears. Organ trafficking exists. It is brutal and inhumane. Poor people are forced or deceived into donating for small amounts of money. The difference is that the legend reverses the role. The victim is the wealthy tourist, which is more shocking. It's a story that reminds us that even when traveling, we are not safe, and that the criminal underworld always finds a way to profit from despair. The ice melts, the pain passes, but the lesson and the fear remain forever. The myth of the kidney heist is the dark fairy tale of globalization. It exploits our vulnerability when we are far from home, and forces us to question the goodwill of the people we meet. Always be cautious in new environments. Do not accept drinks from strangers, especially if you haven't seen them opened, and never leave your drink unattended, even for a second. You don't need to wake up in an ice bath for your life to be ruined, but it's the touch of ice and the scar that made this legend immortal. The terror is not in the monster. It's in the indifference of those who see you as a package with a sky-high price. This legend is a silent warning. Wherever you are, keep your eyes open. The kidney mafia may not be in every hotel, but danger is